Hello, we are back, Foxergy here to talk about which talents to pick for a Feral Druid in PvP. This is only part 1, so we'll be covering the talents and PvP talents, which ones to pick. In part 2, we'll be looking at conduits, covenants, and soulbinds, as well as legendaries. For talents in first row, level 15, Sabretooth increases your ferocious bite by 20%. And increases the duration of rip on your target by 1 second per combo point spent. So most likely we are definitely going to be using ferocious bite to do most of our damage, if not rip, if not maim. So ferocious bite dealing an extra 20% is great. A second viable option is lunar inspiration. It's a passive. Moonfire is usable in cat form and costs 0 damage when you're in arenas. It says 30 right here, but it is 0 energy. If we went into an arena, you would be able to see it. Also generating 1 combo point, so that is great to have. It's just wasting a GCD, but if you have 0 or you're waiting on that extra 1 tick, you're at 4 combo points, you want that 1 extra tick, but you have low enough energy, because you want to have 50 energy, because you deal additional 100% damage when you have an additional 25 energy when you ferocious bite. This is one place that it would come in handy. At level 25 or row 2, you will want to go with wild charge. You can go with renewal, I guess, 1.5 minute cooldown, but it's not that viable. You'll want to go with wild charge. It's a 15-second cooldown. In cat form, you leap behind your enemy, dazing them for 3 seconds. This is great, especially since you can do it in prowl. You can do this in stealth. So when you're stealth, you can go ahead and jump behind your target. That is great. With this, you have options. With row 3, you do have options. Guardian Infinity, you take reduced damage. You also get incapacitating roar, which makes them incapacitated. You also have Frenzy Rejuvenation, so when you do go over to your bear form, you can easily pop Frenzy Rejuvenation and start healing up over the 3 seconds. 32 health over 32% of your health over 3 seconds. Great. Only 33-second cooldown. The next viable option, the only reason why I'm saying it's viable, is because you do get heals from this. You get 3% of your maximum health every 5 seconds when you're at full health. It also heals a party member or raid member, and you get a whole bunch of these abilities. So you get Rejuvenation, Swift Med, Wild Growth, and Orso Vortex. So the only reason why I say it is viable is because if you use this with Heart of the Wild, you're going to be healing a lot, especially if you pick the right covenant. You can be healing an outstanding amount. And if it lines up with your conduits, you just be healing so much. Line 35, there's 2, maybe 3 viable options. Mighty Bash, I would say, is number 1 viable option, but depending if you're doing 2v2 or 3v3, you can go with Heart of the Wild and change it to Restoration Affinity if you're doing 2v2s. With 3v3, not so much, because you most likely will have a healer unless you're one of those rage comps. Mighty Bash, 1 minute cooldown, stuns them for 4 seconds. You can do this in all shapeshift modes, so if you're getting attacked in bear form, you can use it. Mighty Bash them, they're stunned, they're doing less damage to you. Great. Another one is Heart of the Wild, 5 minute cooldown. It's big, but abilities associated with the affinity that you choose are empowered. So when you're going into bear form, you gain additional 20% stamina. Multiple uses of Iron Fur may overlap, and Frenzy Rejuvenation has 2 charges. This is great. For Restoration Affinity, if you go with Heart of the Wild, increasing of your restoration heals by 30%, and mana cost is reduced by 50%, which is huge. You can get a lot of regrowths, a lot of rejues, swift meds, everything like that. That's the only reason why I say it is viable. For level 40, line 5, I typically go with Soul the Forest. Your finishing moves generate you 5 energy per combo point spent. 9 times out of 10, you are spending the 5 combo points to do more damage or get a longer duration on your bleed, or that. And also increasing it by additional 5% damage. Savage Roar is not very viable. You spend combo points, it's just wasted. Although you do 15% more damage, it's not that good. The only other viable option would be Incarnation, although it'd be more viable if it was a 2-minute cooldown versus a 3-minute cooldown. The benefits that you get with going with Incarn is that you could stealth once while you're in combat. So if you want to get off another rake to stun the healer or stun another enemy, you can. It lasts 30 seconds. But other than that, it being a 3-minute cooldown is huge. Although I find that you do get more of a better outcome with Berserk, because Berserk gives you a 20% chance per combo point spent to regenerate 2 combo points. It's pretty much the same thing, but you can stealth in Incarn. I just wish there was a stealth without using Incarn. If there was a in combat stealth, just kind of like how rogues have it, because you know Feral is a handicapped rogue. For row 6 or level 45, the best one to go with would be Brutal Slash. Brutal Slash does more damage than your Spender of Shred. It damages nearby allies as well. It costs less energy than your Shred. And if you don't go it, Swipe just is useless. You're getting 25% increased damage against bleeding target. You always have a bleed up, but it's still, this is the same way. No, you just go with Brutal Slash. There's more damage. It just does more damage. Just go with it. No question. Next we have is last line, level 50. You are going to want to go with Feral Frenzy, 45-second cooldown, only costs 25 energy. It causes a bleed on them over 6 seconds, as well as it gives you 5 combo points. So if you have your bleed on the person, you got your 5 combo points ready to use your Ferocious Bite, you use it and you still have energy, just use your Feral Frenzy, and then you're going to want to bite them again. You're going to be doing extra damage. Somewhat viable option you could do is Blood Talons, using 3 different combo point generators within 4 seconds of each other. Increases the damage of your Ferocious Bite or Rips, or your next 2 Ferocious Bite or Rips by 30%, which I can see it being really good, but to line those 3 abilities up in 4 seconds is kind of hard to do, especially with the energy cap that you do have. Although going with a different legendary like Memory of the Cat Eye Shuriel might be your option there. If you find this information helpful, hit the like button as it helps me out. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more content like this on a weekly basis. Alright, for PvP talents, normally you want to go with is Ferocious Wound. Attacking an enemy with 5 combo points Ferocious Bite reduces the target's maximum health by 5% for 30 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And this can only be used on one target. So you're going to be wanting to bite that target. Maximum of 15% of their maximum health being reduced. That's huge. The next viable option, or the next option that you want to go, is Leader of the Pack. Long cap form increase the melee and range critical strike chance of raid members within 40 yards by 5%. Leader of the Pack also causes the affected target to heal themselves 4% of their maximum health when they crit strike a melee or range attack, and this cannot happen more than every 6 seconds. The next one you want to go with is Thorns, or you can go with High Winds, or you can go Strength of the Wild. It's kind of your split tier. So depending on the comp that you go with, you can go with Thorns. 45-second cooldown makes them deal damage to themselves while attacking you. It also slows them down so you can get away. Cyclone leaves their target reeling, reducing their damage by 30% 4 seconds. So if you just cycloned an attacker and they're about to come after you, if they're about to do damage, you can cyclone them, and then when they try to come back from it, They do 30% reduced damage. Next viable option would be Strength of the Wild. You can further adapt with your caster form or bear form. When in caster form, using regrowth on an ally always critical strikes them, and the cast time of your regrowth is reduced by 50% for 6 seconds. So if you're trying to pop off multiple regrowths, you can get them off very, very quickly. And then bear form, you increase your health by 15%, and you gain 5 rage while being attacked in bear form. So once you're in bear form, you can easily pop off your iron fur or anything like that during it. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the content, hit the like button as it helps with the algorithm. If you like this, others like you may also like it as it helps to get this video more exposure. This is Fox OG, and we out.